Hey everyone, this is Baden5, and I figured I'd do a throwback video to what we used to do here on YouTube, and that's yelling at stupid videos we find here on YouTube. So anyway, I'll get back on the Muslim thing, like my last video. In a video or two, I have a couple things I want to talk about. First, I figured I'd do this throwback video because, since there's an election coming up, a lot of the fucking morons are coming out of the woodwork like fucking roaches. So, also, you know, the presidential election is going to be in 2 years. So that means they're probably going to be campaigning here in a couple months, so that's just how it goes here in America, unfortunately. But, I happened to stumble across a guy who is in the same vein as people like Propaganda Buster, where, you know, he has, like, that kind of folksy but patronizing fucking attitude about himself. You know, he seems kind of charming, but then again, Goebbels was fucking charming. And, you know, I've watched a few of his videos, and, I mean, the level of condescension and just absolute fucking hypocrisy and stupidity, quite frankly, is fucking astounding. I mean, when you really read what this motherfucker has to say, you realize how fucking desperate these right-wingers are. They're either desperate so they're trying to lie, or they're just that fucking stupid. And from what a lot of the Tea Partiers have said, yeah, I'm thinking a lot of it is just stupidity. And yes, this will be necessary in this fucking video just to make it through. So some of you are you might know who this fucker is. He's not the only one on this channel, it's a few people, and the channel is called Truth Revolt Origins, which I love these fucking grandiose fucking names. Like, we're spreading the fucking news. It's, you know, the same with all of these fucking people. I mean, at least like the Young Turks, New Left Media, shit like this, it's kind of small, you know, it's not like, this is the truth. You know, it's the same with conspiracy theorists and people like this, and most of the time conspiracy theorists are right-wingers, quite frankly. But this guy's name is Bill Whittle. And I looked into him a bit, and that's going to come up in this video, because, I mean, the guy, again, I mean, he's either dishonest, and it's fucking blatant, or he's just stupid. And I think it might be a combination of both. It could be one more than the other, I'm not fucking sure. But I looked into him a bit, and his video is entitled, "You're Not a Liberal." Which is funny because people on his fucking site constantly call me a liberal. You know, if I express any of my political opinion, oh, you're just some fucking liberal. Okay, fair enough. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this fucking idiot has to say.
Hi everybody, I'm Bill Whittle, and this is The Firewall.
The Firewall. And didn't they rip that fucking graphic off of Troublemaker Studios? I don't know, it seemed kind of familiar to me.
You know how it is on Facebook. Every now and then, a friend pops up who you haven't seen in a long, long time. I had one of those friend pops just the other day, and so I went to her page to see how she's doing, and it's just fine and nothing new.
Wait a second, you have friends?
But she did have one of those interminable political pictures, though, and while I've seen a few that were really dumb, this one was in fact in line for the prize. And I about let it go, because otherwise you'll go mad, when I realized it was a share from a Facebook page called Being Liberal, which has over 1 million followers.
Yes, Bill, believe it or not, there are a lot of liberals. It's not just some small little fucking cult. There are quite a few of us. It happens. I mean, there's quite a few idiots like you. So, yeah, why are you shocked by this?
So here's what Being Liberal proudly posted as a nugget of liberal political wisdom. It says, when all the trees are cut down, when all the animals are dead, when all the waters are poisoned, when all the air is unsafe to breathe, only then will you discover you cannot eat money.
Yeah, honestly, I think the shit that sign says is pretty fair, honestly. I mean, I don't see a whole lot with it. I mean, it's not like some of the fucking signs you see at Tea Party rallies where it's just incoherent bullshit. And there's not like a bunch of words misspelled or anything. I don't really see why you have an issue with this. But I guess we'll get to that, won't we?
You know, I'm sorry, I just have to take a swing at this. First the jab, then the uppercut.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're going to be the next fucking great amateur boxer. Or even, maybe you'll be a heavyweight champion. Who the fuck knows?
Let's start with the point of this poster. I hate to break this to you, you blindingly stupid young thing, but...
You know, it's funny, Bill, that you're calling anyone stupid, because I did a little bit of fucking research into that. I was trying to find maybe the girl's name, something like that, so maybe if she's like somewhat well known, I could look into her and see the kind of shit she believes. I didn't really find anything on her. It's probably just some random girl. They took a fucking picture of her. But the little bit of research I found, it actually shows that that quote that she put on the sign, that's actually not something she came up with. That's an anonymous proverb. But, you know, whatever. I guess research isn't your best fuck attribute.
Even before I saw this picture, I already knew that you can't eat money.
Well, I guess technically you can eat money, but you're obviously missing the point of the fucking sign.
I learned this not through a program of nonviolent resistance to the corporate death machine, but rather through trial and error at age 2.
You learned it by age 2? I mean, what the fuck, like, why did you have money at age 2? Why was anyone giving you money?
By the time I was 2, I had experimentally determined that you cannot, in fact, eat money.
Again, why is it that your parents were giving you money at the age of 2? What kind of fucking subliminal messages were they trying to give you? I mean, you had money at the age of 2. For what fucking purpose? What are you gonna do, buy some fucking property?
And thus was prepared to delve deeper into economics.
Yeah, because when I think of economics, I think of Bill Whittle. I mean, I don't think of Paul Krugman. I mean, I know he's just some Keynesian leftist fucktard, even though, you know, he's an economist. You know, he's actually gone to school for this. This is his job, and, you know, he won a Nobel Prize for his work, but fuck him.
But I am glad to see that you have achieved mastery of the fundamental concept.
Again, it's not meant to be taken literally. It's symbolic. You obviously don't understand what the sign is trying to fucking say. I mean, what next? Are you going to attack the fucking old Klingon proverb that, you know, revenge is a dish best served cold? You can't really serve revenge. You know, it's not, and you can't really gauge the temperature. It's a fucking proverb, you idiot.
You know, if you keep at it, you may discover at age 85 or so at this rate, that while you cannot eat money, you can use money to buy food.
And again, you've obviously missed the fucking point of this sign. It is saying, if there is no food, you cannot buy food. You cannot get food. I don't see how this is so fucking complicated.
Now that money could be pretty seashells or shiny pebbles, gold, paper, binary digits, or cigarettes, but as long as there's money, it is useful in order to buy food in a way that not having money is not useful.
Yet again, Bill, it doesn't matter what the fucking currency is. Money is fucking money, and I know that's what you're trying to say, whether it be any fucking number of things. But if there is no food, you cannot buy food. That is what the fucking sign is saying. So, again, you don't seem to be getting the fucking concept behind the sign. It's saying, if there's no food, if there are no plants, there are no animals to eat, you cannot eat them. You cannot eat food if there is no fucking food. So money is fucking irrelevant here. And I know that the sign says, you know, you can't eat money. And yes, it's just saying, you can get all the fucking money in the world, but if you don't have anything to buy, you know, things that you need in life, then what the fuck is the point of having it?
I'll note in passing that not only are the trees not being cut down, but there are in fact more forest areas in the United States today than there were 100 years ago.
See, I love this fucking thing about the forest because I've heard this quite fucking often. Now, you say that, you know, there are more forests today. Okay, yeah, I'll take your word for it. Your little fucking graphs say that.
In fact, there may be more today than before the Europeans arrived in the first place.
But of course, there's always this little fucking part they bring up right here. People like you. That there's more forests today than when the Europeans arrived, which, first off, I would love to see your fucking figure backing that shit up, especially considering the fact that your little fucking graphs, they talk about the 1800s and now. And I seriously fucking doubt there's more forests today than there were back then. You know, there are a lot more fucking people living here, and there's a lot more fucking housing developments, so I highly fucking doubt there's more forests today. Now, I could be wrong on that, but I don't make assertions like you do in quite a few of your fucking videos.
And the animals are not all dead. I saw an animal on the way to work today.
Okay, the fucking sign is not saying all animals are dead. Just because you saw one on the way to work, I have a few living with me. That is not the point of the fucking sign. They're saying if you just continue to strip all of our resources, you know, there are no forests for animals to live. There are no areas for animals to live. Okay, well, where are they going to go? If we just keep on building more and more housing developments in areas that don't need more fucking houses, there's not going to be very many animals around.
Like the forests where they live, there have never been more deer in America.
Also, to that fucking point, there's a lot of deer because we've wiped out pretty much all their natural predators. So we're pretty much the only predators left. Yeah, there might be a few wolves, coyotes, etc. that are trying to get them, but for the most part, we're the ones that are responsible for the overpopulation. You know, a lot of prey animals, they fuck a lot. They have a lot of offspring because they are prey animals and they are preyed upon by other fucking animals.
And the buffalo, nearly wiped out a century ago, are back in numbers that make buffalo burgers routinely available and damn delicious as well.
Yeah, buffalo burgers. Sounds fucking great. I'll just take your word that they're so fucking delicious.
The waters are not poisoned. They used to be. The Cuyahoga River caught fire at least 13 times between 1868 and 1969, but the last time that happened was 45 years ago. It and the rest of the nation's waterways are far, far cleaner today.
Yeah, the waters used to be poisoned, and it's because of conservation efforts that things like forests are coming back, and water is cleaner. In fact, there's a fucking river here that's fairly local called the Olentangy, or as they used to call it, the Olenasty River, because up until fairly recently, people really didn't give a fuck. Okay, pollute, who cares? But then again, pollution happens all the fucking time. There's oil spills all the fucking time, it seems, which is fucked up. And that's what they're saying. Shit like this is poisoning the fucking water. I really don't see how you're arguing with this.
You'd have an excellent point with that sign if you were, your own grandmother.
You would never have an excellent fucking point because every single thing you're doing here is you're just attacking points of a fucking proverb. You won't have an excellent point here. You're a fucking idiot. And all you're doing is saying, you're on the left, I don't like you. That's all it is. You're just trying to pick on little stupid shit.
Likewise for the air. All those belching smokestacks, it's all very 20th century. The air is much cleaner here in America than it used to be.
Yeah, air is a little cleaner than it used to be because we're making efforts to make it fucking cleaner.
It's cleaner in all the places where we value money. Capitalist countries.
Mexico?
Leftist countries, the kind of place that you people like so much, are indeed filthy. China's air pollution is so bad that it makes up a third of the air pollution in San Francisco.
Yes, you're right. We love China. In fact, at my local coffee party meeting that we held at Starbucks, obviously, we were actually talking about this while listening to the Meat is Murder album by the Smiths, and we decided, yes, China, awesome. We love China. China's awesome. They're leftists, even though we're not really down with this whole totalitarian government thing. We're not really cool with, the civil rights violations and things like that. We don't really like a lot of what they do, but they're on the left, so that means they're good, right? And then after this meeting, it was very fucking nice, actually. We actually had baked fetuses. Baked, because if you do barbecue or if you deep fry, it's not as healthy, less carcinogens when you bake it, because we are liberal hippie fucks. So, yeah, I mean, it was a great time. And yeah, we decided that. I guess you're right.
But that's because the left values the state over the individual.
Where do we value the state over people? The state serves the fucking people. We elect them. This is not a fucking monarchy. This is not a dictatorship. In China, yes, but we don't believe that shit. At least for the most part. I know most, if not all, of my left-wing friends, we would prefer the individual have rights. And, yeah, I don't really see where you're getting this shit from. It's a fucking straw man, and it's pretty fucking blatant at that.
And the Chinese state wants the money from a manufacturing economy, and the Chinese individual, as usual for the last 5,000 years, can just go pound sand.
See, here's where you contradict yourself, motherfucker. You say that, they're communists, but they value money. In communism, true communism, there is no money. It's a classless system. That's the whole point of communism. Did you not look into this at all? This is basic shit. I learned this shit in fucking middle school. I don't see how this is hard. But then you're going to try to fucking talk about money. See, this is exactly why I don't respect people like you. Because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, or you just don't care. You just don't fucking care. If you want to make a point, it doesn't matter. Facts be damned. Let's attack the left. What the fuck ever.
Now, to the bigger point. Namely, you people over at Being Liberal and all the rest of you who call yourself liberals are not liberals.
And again, it's funny that you say we're not liberals when people on your side constantly call us liberals. In fact, people like me, we were getting attacked during, the Bush years after 9/11. You're just some fucking liberal. Okay, so they're wrong, and you're right. Apparently. I guess that's where this video is fucking leading to.
This isn't liberalism. This isn't even leftism. It's infantilism.
Infantilism is not what you're trying to define it as. That's actually the desire to wear a diaper and or having the fantasy of returning to infancy, which maybe that's what you're trying to say here, but I guarantee you, you're just trying to coin some fucking phrase to make your point. But it's a bullshit point.
It's the philosophy of children.
Actually, it's kind of funny that you try to equate us to children, because if anything, this whole Randian objectivism shit, which you kind of follow, even if you don't buy it wholesale, you at least do a little bit. That's more, everything should be about, I shouldn't have to do anything for anyone else, fuck them. No, they should have to do shit for me. They should just have to fucking do their own thing, and I have to do my own thing. We live in a society, asshole. Apparently you didn't get this part. So who really has the infantile view of life? Instead of realizing, we kind of live in a society. I need other people, and they need me. So why don't I just try to do my best, do my shit, and if someone needs help, okay, I'll help them if I can. That's it. If I have some extra money and I'm cool with giving it to charity, I will. People like you, you don't give a fuck about that, do you?
Because that's what you are. I know you feel very brave holding up that sign, speaking truth to power.
I really don't see how it's feeling brave to hold a sign. She's just holding a fucking sign. Plenty of people on your fucking side do that shit all the time. What about all those fucking Tea Party rallies? Look at the stupid ass signs we saw there. Some of them were quite fucking good, actually. Things like, a czar is a Russian king. America has one king, Jesus Christ. Even though I don't really recall us being any kind of theocratic monarchy, but, whatever.
You have no right to feel brave.
Okay, we have the right to freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and freedom to assemble peacefully. So, what is your fucking complaint here? I thought you motherfuckers were all into the Constitution.
Because the risk of anything happening to you with that sign here in America is...
Oh, okay, so since there's no fucking risk of anything happening, that means, suddenly, that you shouldn't say anything at all. Just go fuck yourself. I really don't see where you're getting this from. You can say whatever the fuck you want in this country. Isn't that part of it? Oh, but no, you have freedom, so don't moan. Don't complain. Even though that's what you motherfuckers do constantly. So, go fuck yourself.
Now, on the other hand, you see this guy? That is an individual risking his life to fight the armies of socialism.
That is not socialism. That is barely communism. You're a fucking idiot. I swear to Christ. You are one of the worst fucking people I've ever seen.
He's a hero, and you're not.
Okay, so I have to stand in front of a fucking tank to be a hero. What have you done to be a fucking hero? I know you were going to go into the Air Force and be some fucking great fighter pilot and all this shit, but your eyes suck, so that didn't fucking happen. Yeah, you're a pilot, but you're no fucking fighter pilot. But what makes you a fucking hero? Getting up on here, like me, and making YouTube videos? Fuck off.
That took courage. What you're doing doesn't take any courage at all.
Well, that's easy for you to fucking say because, okay, does what you're doing here take any fucking courage? Or are you like the rest of us on here, and at these rallies, and you feel like saying something? It takes no courage? Well, it kind of does in a way, but even if it doesn't, who gives a fuck? What are you trying to equate this to? You're going on a complete fucking tangent here that has nothing to do with what she's fucking saying. You half-assed, trying to debunk what she said, and it was so fucking stupid. So now you go into shit like communism and being brave? Where do you get this fucking shit from? Do you have any kind of fucking train of thought? Obviously, these videos are edited. You wrote this shit. Me, I do shit off the fucking cuff. So when I go off on tangents, I think it's a little bit more understandable. This is like professional quality shit you're fucking doing here.
Oh, like everyone else on the left, you want something, in this case, moral superiority, but you don't want to pay for it, so you just take it. See how easy it is?
Okay, first to the moral superiority part. Look who's fucking talking. And don't give me any kind of fucking bullshit that, oh, well, I'm not. Yes, you are. You are doing the same shit that leftists fucking do. You push this shit like, we believe in the free market and it's gonna do this and make everything better. Okay, so you're offering solutions. So you are saying that you have the fucking moral high ground here. That what you are proposing is fucking better. And beyond that, I love this whole thing like, you guys just take. You just take everything. You don't contribute. Yeah, because I don't have a fucking job. Reminds me of that fucking asshole who had that tractor trailer that said something like, Democrats, are you parasites or producers? And then it turns out that that fucking asshole got over $1 million from the government, and he's not a parasite. Because what was his excuse? Well, I paid a lot in taxes. Was it $1 million? Then shut your fucking mouth. You're a parasite. Beyond that, all this shit that you guys bitch about these government programs, they cost you almost nothing. They cost you pennies out of a fucking paycheck. It does nothing to you. And why are you so opposed to helping your fucking fellow Americans? If you really care about America so much, America is an abstract concept. Why not care about the people who live here? Instead of just saying, if you can't get by on your merits, go fuck yourself. We want no part of you. If you want help, you can go to charity. Or you can work, 5, 6 fucking jobs if that's what it takes. Because, well, you didn't have a good education because you didn't have the opportunity. And, some bad shit happened to you. You lost your job possibly because the economy took a shit. But, go fuck yourself. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. Yeah, I see. You're a heartless asshole.
You people who call yourself liberals are not liberals. None of you are. You know who is a liberal? This guy. He's a liberal. We're going to use the image of this dead white male to represent the other dead white males who were, in fact, actual liberals. They were called liberals because they believed in liberty.
Yeah, Jefferson believed in liberty for everyone, except for his slaves, as well as the other niggers, and the engines, and the bitches, and the fucking white men who didn't own land. Oh, well, they had liberty, right? I mean, they couldn't vote. They had, no fucking rights. Especially the niggers. I mean, fuck them. They're 3/5 of a person. I mean, the Declaration of Independence says, all men are created equally, but, that wasn't law, so, yeah, we may have said that, but it's not law, so don't read too deeply into it, whatever.
Which meant, and still means, simply the freedom to be left alone.
And who is bothering you? If you don't want to be bothered by people, you don't have to be. I'm not, saying that you need to do something. If taxes come out of your paycheck, big fucking deal. Again, I don't see how this is a big fucking problem. It's pennies out of your fucking paycheck. And it's helping someone. So is that not being left alone? I guess not. Because in your fucking world, you should be able to keep everything you fucking have and fuck everyone else. Because, well, that's the mentality you motherfuckers have. Fuck everyone. Except for me. And maybe the handful of people that I actually give a shit about.
The man on the right.
Actually, you're the man on the right that we're looking at. Both figuratively and literally. But whatever.
Wanted people to be left alone.
Again, except for slaves, apparently, and he owned quite a few of them. It's funny that, Jefferson, for all of his fucking good qualities, well, he said he was against slavery, yet he owned a ton of them, but whatever.
He believed in private property, strict limits on the power of government, freedom of speech, private ownership of weapons, and was the founder of the Democratic Party.
Actually, he was not the founder of the Democratic Party. He was the founder of the Democratic Republican Party. Again, research, motherfucker. You can easily look this shit up. I just knew it.
The woman on the left.
Of course she's the fucking woman on the left. Of the 3 fucking people who were shown here, she's the only fucking woman.
Wants the government to take care of her health care, birth control, housing, food, and transportation. She's a collectivist who hates private property, wants to expand the government into every aspect, not just her life, but yours as well. Believes in speech codes and political correctness, wants guns taken away from honest American citizens, and is the inheritor of the Democratic Party.
So, she's a collectivist, she wants the government to do this, she wants the government to do all of that. You can tell all of that, by one fucking sign she's holding. You don't know anything about this girl. You know that she's holding up a sign from an anonymous person, and it's just a proverb, but you can tell all of this. Wow, I'm glad that you have, these fucking mind powers. You can read people's thoughts, you can tell everything about them with no fucking trouble. Maybe you should become some kind of psychic or palm reader or something like that, because, I mean, that's fucking good. I mean, you could tell all of that from nothing. Wow.
The man on the right spent a lifetime of study, debate, and reflection trying to determine the nature of man, his history of rare success and frequent failures, and with his fellows spent a lifetime trying to devise a realistic formula for the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, and you know what? I will say, the Founding Fathers, for all their faults, because they were people, they had some good ideas, but you motherfuckers seem to look at them like they're messiahs. And I don't get that. You know, yeah, he had some good fucking ideas. In fact, we've built upon those ideas, and we've made them better. And we've decided, you know what? It's better for people in this country to help one another. It's better to have equal rights. Those are things that, you know, the Founding Fathers didn't really do. Maybe they wanted to, they didn't do it. Like slavery, they didn't touch that shit. Why? I don't fucking know. They couldn't agree on it. But then again, you motherfuckers always talk about the Founding Fathers and how fucking great they were, even though they didn't agree on shit. They agreed on very little. They had to compromise. And they had to listen. You know, they had to listen to the other fucking side, which is something that motherfuckers like you don't fucking do. If you disagree with me, you're a fucking idiot. You're just some liberal, collectivist, socialist guy. Because, I mean, that's how it is in your world. It's very fucking black and white. If you're on the left, you are a liberal. Oh, okay, I guess you're not a liberal. You're a progressive, which equals a socialist, which equals a communist, which equals an America hater, which equals someone who is, you know, against property rights and all this shit. That's just how it is with you. You know, there is no nuance or anything like that, even though there are people who are liberal that have some pretty fucking conservative values. Liberals who say, you know what, I don't want to fucking give money to the government to do all this shit. I believe in a lot of the other shit. But see, the thing is, people are fucking individuals. That's just the way it is. But again, you don't fucking see this because you're such a fucking blind idiot.
The woman on the left likely doesn't know who the man on the right is.
We'll end with this because the thing is, Bill, again, you don't know shit about this girl. I tried to find out who she is. I didn't do all that much research. You know, I found the shit about the proverb and things like that. But you don't know anything about her. You don't know her level of education. You don't know if she has a master's degree. She could have a doctorate. Or maybe she's some middle school dropout. Or, you know, a high school dropout. Or just someone in high school that just skated by. They got shitty grades. And they didn't learn a goddamn thing. And she doesn't bother doing research. She just put this shit on a sign because she felt like, you know, doing this because she was all full of piss and vinegar one day. So, yeah, she ran out and did this. We don't know. We don't even know her fucking name. You, Bill, on the other hand, we actually can look into. And through my research of you, I found out something. You had to drop out of college. Why? You lost your financial aid. And why did you lose that, Bill? You lost it because you didn't keep up your GPA. So I love how this whole fucking video, you're berating this girl, saying she's stupid and blind and all this other shit and assuming so much about her when you're just a fucking college dropout. Now maybe you went back, who fucking cares? I don't know, I didn't read anything about that. I didn't see anything about it. But the thing is, you really shouldn't fucking talk shit about anyone unless all your fucking ducks are in a row, which they're not. You're some fucking moron who's on the internet and you think you're a bigger deal than you really fucking are. You Regis Philbin looking motherfucker. Go fuck yourself. You know, you are the reason why this country fucking sucks. You and people like you. And that goes to people on the left as well. That if you have any kind of conservative values, you're a fucking asshole. Or if you are conservative, oh no, you're a piece of shit. You're a heartless bastard. Go fuck yourself. You know, that is what is fucking us up. Because of people like you, we're now defined for who we voted for in the last presidential election. And we can't talk. We can't talk to each other and have a nice little discussion or even heated debate. Sometimes debates do get heated, which is fine. But no, people like you don't want that. No, you want everyone to think like you. You don't believe in liberty. You believe that everyone should be like you and think like you and act like you and believe as you do. Well, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm not a liberal. Fine. I'm a progressive. I don't fucking care anyway. You know, just like the atheist label, I don't fucking care. If I'm not a true atheist, fuck it. Then what am I? Okay, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm me. Unlike you, I don't have to be fucking defined by these stupid ass labels. And I don't have to look at everyone who thinks differently than me as just automatic idiots. Sometimes they are idiots, not always. I don't just fucking say everyone on the other side is a fucking moron. Oh no, that's what you motherfuckers do. Anyway, this is Bad Five, and I'll see you guys next time.